We're back here at Just Ask Bob. Home improvement with a twist. Every episode based on you, the viewer. Send us your emails, call us at the office, send us a text. We will always do our best to respond to your questions. You know, this is twofold. We offer education when it comes to hiring the right contractor for you and your home. If not, we will teach you DIY skills, correct DIY skills, and always motivate you to get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. We kick off today's episode with an email. Hello, Bob. What gives a better quality paint finish? Brushing, rolling, or spraying? This is from Edward from Toronto, Ontario. Edward, thank you. Phenomenal question. A lot of people ask me this, sending in questions, and of course a lot of my customers on the job sites ask me this. Let's demystify the process and go through all the applications when it comes to applying paint to your home. Number one and most common is the brushing. Brushing is most common because it's the simplest, the most affordable. However, no matter how careful you are, it's going to leave a finish that's called roping. What roping means is you're going to see the little lines. You're going to see those lines in the finished baseboard or the casing or the door or whatever you're working on. Doesn't leave an ideal finish. Number two in popularity, and this does work for efficiency as well, to spread the paint quicker, is rolling. Now rolling, problem again with the rolling is the finished look, the effect. It's going to leave a little bit of a texture, depending on the nap, depending on the thickness of the roller. Keep the roller nap very thin, and you'll achieve a smoother finish. Either way, though, you're still going to have a little bit of texture. Now we come to the ultimate for you and your home, spray finishing. Spraying, how can I explain it in a nutshell? Spraying is a flawless finish. It's a uniform finish that's just gorgeous, and it will stand the test of time. And it can be done. It can be done easily for both the homeowner and for both the contractor alike. On today's episode, we're going to be demonstrating the Titan sprayer. Hands down, a Just Ask Bob top pick. This unit was a wonder to work with, very easy to work with, very efficient, absolutely flawless, uniform painting work done with this unit. I can't stress that enough. Next up, we're going to be visiting our good friends at Sherwin Williams, the sponsors of today's episode, and we're going to show you what they offer in products and materials, and as well, they have a very, very unique online presence where you can have a visualization of what your painted room is going to look like. Then we're going to be wrapping up the rest of the show with our co-host and my good friend, Frank Loricella, who's going to be demonstrating the Titan sprayer. Stay tuned. It's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. Welcome. We're on location at Sherwin Williams. Thanks to my fantastic friend here. Flavio, thank you so much.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you coming here.
Thank you again for allowing us here and especially bringing the viewers into this beautiful store. Please tell us all about the store, products, and services you can offer.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that. So, Bob, I'm Flavio. I'm the store manager at the Sherwin Williams on Barton and Grays location. I also been here for 4.5 years and also a combined total of 15 years with Sherwin Williams. I also have 5 other employees that have a combined total service of close to 40 years, including myself. We also have 7 locations in the Hamilton area and also 260 locations across Canada. We built our business on what the best money paint can buy, okay? From paint, primers, to masonry coatings. We got you covered, Bob, just like our logo.
Let's demystify choosing color. In my experience, number one thing homeowners need help with, how can Sherwin Williams help homeowners, the viewers, in choosing color?
Perfect, Bob. That's a big decision for some homeowners because they have sometimes not an idea what they should put inside their home for color. Lighting plays a difference, but we have some great tools. One tool is our staff member is very knowledgeable on colors with what can go in a room. we can also suggest some colors for them to bring home. And that applies to all other 7 locations in Hamilton and also across Canada. Also, there's some other tools you can get online. One is download the Color Snap, is you take a picture of your room, you put it on the computer, and you can slide the color on the wall to see what it looks like. Mind you, it's going to give you a close color to
An
it.
idea.
But it's an idea. When you come to the store, you get the color swatches, we'll give it to you and you'll see what it looks like.
I love it. I love that.
That's great. Also, what we just recently launched across Canada is a free virtual color consultation online. All you do is you go to our website at sherwinwilliams.com, look for virtual consultation, apply there, and you'll get a free 30-minute service of color consultation for your house when choosing colors.
You work hard to get repeat customers.
We do, Bob, we do. We try our best.
Excellent.
We're honest with them
Excellent.
and we do our best we can get their
Excellent.
jobs done.
Now, another thing, especially for homeowners, let's think back now. Some time ago, I came in here and I forgot to bring in a piece of oak casing. The job you did was amazing.
Perfect.
Stain matching.
Yes.
Please tell the viewers how you can assist them, whether it's baseboard, whether it's casing around a new door, hardwood flooring. You have a process to match the stain. I love it.
Yes, there is a process, Bob, and that's a very big point where you brought up. We have a lot of contractors and DIYs bring us some hardwood flooring that they need to be stained to their staircase or nose
match.
inside. We also ask the customers to bring, or the contractors, the actual piece of wood it's going on to. That plays a key role when we do our stain matching. There's so many different variations of oak with like red oak, white oak, regular oak. Because if someone just says to us, oh, it's going on oak, we do it on a one particular wood, it's going to be totally different on a casing
Exactly.
on a wood.
Exactly.
So we have the actual, once we do the stain matching, we get it almost 100%. We show you, you bring it home, and you apply the stain.
Wow.
So it's a process to do stain matching. It's not, done within 30 minutes. It takes about a day process to 2 because some stains are very difficult now because
Yes.
they're more of the grays and that. But we want to make sure that once you apply it on the staircase, it stays and you apply your finish coat and the customer's happy and you move on to your next job.
I can attest to it personally, and I can wholeheartedly state that Sherwin Williams is a Just Ask Bob's top pick for all the viewers at home, for all the homeowners, and even the contractors. Your one-stop shop for all your painting supplies. Now, stay tuned. Up next, we're going to be visiting one of our job sites and showing off a Titan sprayer from Sherwin Williams. Our co-host is going to be taking over the rest of the program until the end.
On one of our job sites, we just hung the drywall, we mudded, we sanded. Next steps, primer and paint. You always want a primer before you paint. With a good primer, you want to seal off that drywall and mud before you get the paint on the walls so that you don't have the paint absorbing into the mud and into the drywall. We got a few different methods on painting. Everybody asks, what do you need to paint? How do I paint? Today, this is what we're going to show you. So, we've got the good old traditional method. We got our rollers, right? Cage and a roller. On here, we have a 3/8 snap. They come in different sizes. They come in millimeters, inches. It's all the same, really. Just depends on what your finish coat is. So, a thicker nap. If you have textured walls, you might want a thicker nap. It gets in there. A thinner nap, since we just have almost like a level 5 finish here on our drywall, it doesn't matter as much. You don't need to get into those notches. We're just covering, right? What else? Need a good brush. Right here, you can see this one's a little bit used, but still okay. It's been washed and good and ready to go. So you want to use this in your corners, right? Up against the wall and the ceiling, and then up against wall to wall, right? Next is rolling your walls. This, you can't get up into those corners, and that's why you need the brush, right? But for us contractors, we like production, speed, and high quality, right? So what we like to use is a paint sprayer. This is the Apex gun from Titan, and Titan's 640 paint sprayer here. This is what we like to use. High quality products, high quality equipment, and then you get a high quality finish. That's what you like to see. Rolling and cutting, or the paint sprayer. You tell us what's better. Perfect, so we brought the Titan 640 outside just to demonstrate something for you. So it's all fun and games when you're spraying paint on the wall, but you gotta remember, this is very dangerous. So when you are cleaning up the machine, and we just got water in this right now, right? Spray, it's pretty gentle, right? So that's PSI at about 550. So the typical pressure that you're spraying on the wall, sometimes it's between 1,000 and 2,000. Even on thicker materials, you're gonna have to crank it up even to the max. Right here, we got it at about 3,200 PSI, okay? This is a huge risk for injection. Whatever you're spraying, let's say it's paint, or you're cleaning it out, it's water, whatever you have in this, if you have your hand in front of it and you spray, it might inject into you. So you gotta remember, this is not a toy. There's a lot of force behind that, and that will go right into you. Remember that. All right, we got the 640. It's here, ready to set up. We got our paint in one. I got about a quarter to half of a pail of water. Just for cleanup, it's easy. So this is the hose that the paint goes up into the machine and then out to the sprayer. So we're gonna put this directly into the paint. Paint is gonna come out of the prime tube and into our water bucket. Once you see a good stream of paint, we put the paint back into the paint pail, turn off the primer, and we're good to go. Okay, we're gonna start up the machine. We're gonna make sure that there's no pressure. It's 100% zero right now. Okay, you can tell, get your gun, turn up the PSI just a little bit. You don't want tons, you don't want it to spray everywhere. Point it almost at the side on a 45-degree angle. A very light trigger. Okay. As you can see, it's clear water coming out of it. So we're gonna drain out all the water from inside the line until we see a little bit of paint. We'll be good. Perfect. Run a little bit extra through. It's not gonna hurt anything. Perfect. So we loosen this guard off so we can get the tip in. And we're running a 5/15 tip here. 5 is the fan width. So when you're 12 inches away from the wall, you're gonna be 10-inch of fan. And the second number, which is a 15 here, is the orifice size. So how big of a hole you're spraying through. That's just how much paint you're gonna be pumping through this thing. Usually when you're doing like a fine finish, like trim or something, you want something a little bit lower so you can manage it. When you're doing a big wall, it doesn't matter as much. I think we're good to go. This sprays in a fan. So as you can see, sprays in a nice fan this way. You can also rotate this, rotate the guard around, and then it can go up and down or side to side. So I'll just show you that there. Perfect. All right, and when you're spraying, you want to make sure you're, again, that 5/15 tip. So you're from 12 inches away from the wall, it's a 10-inch fan. You double that first number. So you want to stay about 12 inches away from the wall and stay consistent. When you start doing this too much or this too much, you're not 12 inches away. So you want to stay almost straight to the wall and one nice walk all the way across. You don't want to do too many start-stops. Start-stop, sometimes when you have a little extension on, or even there's things in your tip, it'll start to spit a little bit. It'll leave like little raindrops of paint. You don't want that. So you try to keep one consistent run as much as you can. So it's starting to get a little fumey in here. Even for the video, you know I like to save my lungs, so I'm going to put the gun down, I'm going to put the sock on. It's especially good if you're doing ceilings, because everything's going to fall on you, it's above you. If it's not easy for you to spray this way or spray this way, you can always rotate your guard. You want a 50% overlap. So when you spray, I've sprayed this much, I want to spray half again. Sometimes the mud will come up through and you have a little bit of moisture in that, and you'll have these bubbles. Do not touch the bubbles. I know that sometimes you'll have the urge, oh, I'm gonna go poke them and prod them and pop them, leave them. A lot of the times, they'll even absorb into the wall and you'll never notice. So, a great thing with ceilings is these little extensions. So now I don't need a ladder. I'm pretty a tall guy, right? But I don't want to be holding the gun this far off the ceiling. You get a little extension, you hold it at a nice comfortable height, you're good to go. Let's finish the ceiling off. Sprayed the room. Now the customer wants an accent wall, so it's time to do this just one wall. So it's not really beneficial to be pulling the whole sprayer out, setting it all up, just to do one wall. So let's go back to the traditional method of cutting with a good old brush and a roller. Okay? A professional tip. A lot of guys, when they cut, they come in and they cut their wall, and you leave enough room here for when you come back, you roll it with the big roller, okay? And you come in and you try to give yourself enough room with the brush, and then you have this big pole, clunky pole, and you're trying to roll it. You don't get in nice and tight, and by the time sometimes you get to rolling the wall, your brush lines have already dried, so you even see them. So a great tip is to bring a little small roller in a nice little handy pail like this. We like the Purdy version from Sherwin Williams. After you're done cutting with the brush, you come in nice and close with this small roller. You get really precise, right? And you roll really close to your cut. So when you come back with the roller, it meshes all in nicely and you don't even see your brush marks. In your little Purdy pail here, you want to pack the paint into the brush. Push, 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 pack it in. And when you wipe, you want to wipe all sides. You don't want to wipe all the paint out of it. You just want to wipe all the sides nice and clean. And even the bottom. So wipe all of it clean. But the paint is inside the brush now. So when you go to cut, you're not leaving a big amount of paint on the end of the brush. It's going to come out from inside. And you're going to go heel to toe. So the heel to the toe. And you can see the brush is a little bit angled there. So we're going to go heel, toe, get a nice little fan there going, and we're going to pull it into the corner. You're going to get nice and tight to the corner. Perfect. And like I said, you don't want these brush marks. So you're going to take your roller, come back over, a little excess paint on the end of it. Okay, roller, come nice and tight to that brush line. Make sure you don't hit the other wall. And perfect. You're ready to roll, and this will all blend in together and you'll never know you even cut the corner with a brush. So now we're switching from the small little corner roller that we're using to this bigger roller that we do pretty much the whole wall with, okay? And they even sell even larger rollers if you want to do more production work and it's going to be faster. But for today, this little smaller roller is good for us, okay? And normally, as a homeowner, you're just going to want to use this smaller roller. It's not worth you buying the bigger rollers, right? And we got the nice Purdy system. It's a click on and off. Usually if you go with the cheaper systems, they twist on, but this just clicks on and off nice and easy for you, okay? And we got our poles, extension poles. They come out extra long. And it's great for if you're doing tall ceilings and whatnot, and you have the extra height. Okay? You can also get them in smaller poles where they also extend. Perfect. Okay, let's show you how to roll. So when you start, you filled your roller, and now you're ready to go. So you want to do a few, almost like a W in the middle. So you get the majority of that paint out and in the middle of the wall. So when you're coming up and down, when you hit these spots, it almost refills the roller a little bit and makes it moist and ready to go. Okay? We have a little obstruction here, so we're going to take it off the pole and we're going to do this portion just by hand. Okay? And because you did the corners with the little roller, you don't have to get as tight. So it's even easier and less chance for you to hit the walls. You want to stay just a little bit away from the ceiling, make sure you don't hit it. And you want to go all the way top of the wall, all the way to the bottom. And work your way all the way across the wall. After you've done a few rolls, you want to look. Do you have lines in it? This is when you start doing back rolling. So, just as you were pushing this way, you want to nice and lightly on the roller, go back over what you've done to really feather out those extra little lines and make it look uniform and all one. Perfect. I think we're looking real good there. Also, when you're coming off the wall, you want to roll and come off all at once so that you don't leave almost a streak. And never get the roller and go sideways, because now instead of leaving this nice stippling effect that the roller gives, now you have these big disgusting lines, and you know what? At the end of the day, you're gonna see those. You don't want that. So, nice easy tip, just roll back over them a few times. You'll never notice. Perfect. And catch it while it's wet, because once it's dry, you're almost stuck. Alright, we've shown you the Titan 640 and spraying an entire room. We've sprayed primer, we sprayed the paint, we did the ceilings, we did the walls, right? The customer wanted a beautiful accent wall. We showed you how to do the traditional method of painting with a roller and then cutting in with a brush and a little roller, the little trick there, right? And then you get a beautiful end result like this, right? And this is something, if you've done it yourself, you'd be proud to tell everybody around, anybody that comes to your house, hey, you see this wall? I painted these walls. You know what? That's what you want. You want bragging rights, right? And this is not a hard job, this is definitely something you can do. And with us, we've shown you all the tips, and I think you're ready. Perfect. All right, Bobby, back to you.
Thank you, Frank. That was a beautiful demonstration of the brushing, the rolling, and especially the Titan 640. Thank you to Sherwin Williams, and a big heartfelt thank you to Titan. Always remember, this show is interactive. Send us your home rental questions, anything from the foundation to the rooftop. And don't forget, email us, find us through our website, www.justaskbob.com. Again, www.justaskbob.com. We have over 100 of these DIY episodes where you can pause, fast forward, and rewind and learn at your own pace. Or Bob's old school. Pick up the phone, 289-649-0196. Again, that's 289-649-0196. Thank you again. Until next time.